everyone, and welcome back to Biggie's Playlist. I'm your host, Jake Biggie Mills, and we're back for episode 2. Yes. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, and yeah, I sure did. The family left not too long ago, and now we're going to kick back, relax, and listen to some music from my massive discography of music that I have stored on my phone. Yes. Just want to make sure everything's rolling. Make sure we're good real quick. I always got to do that, you know. And yeah, we are. Make sure everything's rolling. Yeah, we are. We're live. All right, we're live. We're good. We're good. All right. Yeah, so we're good there. All right. So in today's episode of Biggie's Playlist, we're going to be having a look at not necessarily a genre of music. We're looking at like a style, I guess you can say. That's probably the best way to describe it, if I'm being honest with you. It's called indie music. So what is indie music exactly? It stands for independent. So like you're basically working with, you know, what you have, and you're working with what equipment you got. It's basically DIY music. Indie artists are like artists that are not signed on a major record label and are, you know, producing most of their own stuff. And yeah. And a lot of those artists, there's some really good music out of that. And the two main genres that get mixed in with indie, there's indie rock and indie pop. Now, you could consider me an indie artist. Is some of you could tell that, you know, that listen to my music. I don't do rap anymore. And I've been steering away from it. I guess you could consider me an indie artist. Because indie does kind of have a sound. There's an aesthetic to it too, but the main focus of it is it being DIY and, you know, working with what you got, and it's all you. It's you. That's basically what it is, independent music. So, there's some great artists from this. We're going to have a look through some of them. Some of them you may recognize. Some of the songs you may recognize. If you're on social media, on TikTok mostly, because that's where a lot of these songs do blow up. Yeah. Let's get started with our first song. It's by Tame Impala. You guys may know him from the song The Less I Know The Better, but that's not the song we're going to be playing today. We're going to be playing a song off his first album, which was, I think, 2011. And this song, you probably heard this one too, actually. A lot of these songs, if you're on TikTok enough, you probably heard them at one point. This song is called Elephant. So here's Elephant by Tame Impala.
Shut the gate, shout, my ass can move on top. Everyone
Oh. Sorry. Oh. A little leftover dessert. Let me tell you. Cinnamon buns. Fantastic. Wow. These things are incredible. But yeah, that was Elephant by Tame Impala. That was off his first album, or their first album. It's one man. The guy's name is Kevin Parker. He's great. He has a more popular album called Currents, which has probably his most popular song, The Less I Know, The Better, which I did not choose for this episode, but that's okay. All right, so our next track, we're going to be looking at probably my favorite indie artist and probably the most inspirational for me. And when I tell you most of my songs are inspired by this guy, they are. It's Mac DeMarco. If you've never heard of him, he's a Canadian indie artist. He's known for his song Chamber of Reflection and Freaking Out the Neighborhood, which you've probably heard that guitar riff on TikTok so many times. But yeah, Mac DeMarco is one of my favorite, is my favorite indie artist. And he inspired so many of the Biggie Mills songs. It's crazy. His sound is what I like about his music the most. The sound, the aesthetic of it, I love it. So today we're going to be looking at a song from him off his, not his second album, third album, which is called Salad Days, and it is the title track, Salad Days. So here it is, Salad Days by Mac DeMarco.
As I'm getting older, chip upon my shoulder, rolling through life. Roll over and die. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Missing Hilly John, sad days are gone. Remembering things just to tell them so long. Already over. Oh dear, at your age and try another year. Always feeling tired, smiling when required. Write another year off and kinda resign. Salad days are gone, missing hippie John. Remember the days, just tell them so long. Acting like my life's already over. Try another year. Oh, mama, acting like my life's already over. Oh, dear, at your age and try another year.
All right, and that was Salad Days by Mac DeMarco. That is a great song. And like I said, the vibe of that song, like the chorusy guitars and just the loop drum beat, that's the type of music I like. When I think of indie music, I think of that because a lot of people have taken on that style of music and not necessarily labeled that as the indie sound, but labeled that as indie. And that is, something I think of when I think of indie music. And I really, really like that one. All right, so indie music isn't just modern stuff. We go back, Salad Days came out in 2014. Tame Impala song, which I played before, came out in like 2011. Now we're going to go all the way back to the 90s to an indie band from the 90s, indie rock band by the name of My Bloody Valentine. And we're going to be looking at the song When You Sleep, which is, again, another song that I like the vibe of. And this this song heavily inspired a Biggie Mills song. I don't think enough people listen to my music where they can point that out, but if you could point out the song of mine that this one sounds very similar to, I'll give you a ton of credit. If you do, that means you really listen to my music. So we're going to play this one. This is When You Sleep by My Bloody Valentine. When You Sleep by My Bloody Valentine. There we go. We got it. All right, and that was When You Sleep by My Bloody Valentine. Yes, that is excuse me. That was a really good one. This is like, you know, I did the 80s hair metal. I talked about how much I love this. This style of music and just the creativity and I can hear, you know, the limitations on some of these songs, and that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing, because I feel that I mix everything here on when I'm actually streaming this on my MacBook. I use all my instruments. You can see kind of the drum set back there. I have the guitar, bass, acoustic. I got it all. I do all my stuff on my own. I feel that, and I love it. That's part of the reason why I love this genre or style of music. All right, so our next track that we are going to be listening to is one that probably some of you will know more than the last three that we just played. The band isn't as known as the last couple that we had, but this song is pretty well known. This is Freaks by Surf Curse. So this is a pretty good one, and I'm sure you've heard it before. Here it is. All right. I'm sure some of you knew that one. So, yeah, that was Freaks by Surf Curse. That is a pretty good one. I like that one. I can actually play that one on guitar, which is pretty cool. A lot of these riffs, like guitar stuff, even the keyboard stuff, they're pretty simple stuff. And you know what? It works. It sounds good and it works. So, for our final track of the night, we're going to be taking a look at a more popular band in the indie realm, indie, community, indie music community. The Arctic Monkeys. You guys may know them from their popular song, Do I Want to Know? And the one I'm going to play for you tonight is also a very popular one as well. It's probably, my opinion that I know, probably their second most popular song. This is off their one album. I forget what album it is exactly, but it's not the AM album, which came out in 2013 with Do I Want to Know on it. This song is called 505. So this is one of my favorite from the Arctic Monkeys. I am a pretty big fan of the Arctic Monkeys. I like their stuff. I think they're pretty good. And this is probably my favorite song from them. So yeah, here it is, 505 by the Arctic Monkeys to close out our night.
I'm going back to 505. If it's a 7-hour flight or a 45-minute drive,
All right. And that wraps up episode 2 of Biggie's Playlist. Oh, my God. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, so that wraps it up. Thank you guys so much for watching the second episode of this show. I really enjoyed doing this. Let's hope this one doesn't come with any copyright strikes or takedowns or any blocking of viewing. Let's hope we just get claims like we did last week, because last week we just got copyright claims, which is expected. That's what we want. We don't want these videos to get taken down for me to get strikes on the channel, because that would hurt this channel, like I explained in the last video. So let's hope for no strikes or no blockings. Let's just hope for copyright claims, which means I just can't make money off this, which is perfectly fine by me because I enjoy this either way, no profit or not. So next week, next Thursday, subject to change, as always, we're going to be looking at country music. Now, I know a lot of people don't like country music, but I do. I wanted to start off this show with my top 3, I guess you could say, well, top 4, because I'm pretty sure the one after that is pop punk. So I wanted to start with my top 4 favorite genres / styles of music. I did 80s hair metal first. I did indie tonight. Next week we're going to do country. And then after that we're going to do pop punk. So those are my 4 main favorites. And we're going to be looking at some 90s country next week, some early 2000s country, and some stuff from the 2010s and, recent stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Subject to change, but as of right now, Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, next Thursday, we're having a look at some country music of my choosing, of my liking. So, yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode tonight. And, tune in for a new episode of Goyla's Nature Hunt tomorrow at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. You know how it rolls. Biggie's Playlist on Thursday night, Anthony Goya Nature Hunt on Friday night. Tune into that tomorrow night, the premiere of episode 2 of that show. Me and the guys really enjoyed making this show, and we're very happy that it's out to the public now. So make sure you tune into that tomorrow. So, yeah, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching.